guys. Brian here with another update. The old measure twice, cut once rule kind of got me. I don't know if you saw the last video or not, but this is the entrance to the right end of the yard. I'll call it the west end because it's facing west. And I had an Atlas turnout in here, judging the size I would need so that I could go ahead and lay the rest of the track in here. And when the Pico turnouts arrived, I was just going to pop it out and pop the Pico back in. So as you can see, I'm about a ½ inch short there. So this is going to be the first example of how to remove this track once it's glued down. So this is how I do it. It may not be how you do it, but this works for me. I'm going to try and do this here while I'm holding the camera. So I take a washcloth. This is pretty thick washcloth, and just kind of lay it down on top of the track here, and kind of feel, where the center line is on the track. And I've got some warm water in a cup, and I'm just going to pour this ever so gently into the washcloth. So the reason I'm using the washcloth is you can get quite a bit of water on here, and then, sorry, I guess that wasn't in the shot. The cloth actually holds the water and it lets it soak in to the glue. So I'm going to go ahead and just hit a little bit more heavily down here, and also it prevents it from running all over your layout. So I'm going to let that soak for a while and come back and then remove that track. So I'll have to cut another short piece and put it in there to connect up with that turnout. So down here, what I'm working on tonight is laying these 3 yard tracks, yard leads down in there. They're just sitting in there now. They're not permanently in place. They're just, test fit for right now. And to use a term that my dad used to use, I've fallen into an outhouse and come out smelling like a rose. And the reason I'm saying that, I don't know if you can see along the edge of this track, but let's see if I can get it in the shot. Right here is the seam where I put my roadbed pieces together. Well, that happens to be exactly where I want these tracks to line up, is along that seam. And by doing that, it gives me just enough clearance between the edge of the track and the engine house that I can run cars back alongside there without hitting the side of the wall. What's nice about that is these pieces of roadbed are 2 inches wide. So the next track, I just line up on the other side of that seam, and I'll be perfectly straight the whole way down. And then same with the third one. I've got to come off the turnout here, but I'll line it up as well. So, I wish I could tell you that was due to excellent planning on my part, but, again, sometimes luck is better than plan. Here's where, just placing 3-foot sections of flex track in, this is where they come to an end. I may just leave this one short like it is because it lines up fairly well with the entrance to the engine house there. So I can put a bumper right on the end of this track, right where it is. And again, didn't cut that either, it just kind of fell into place. So I'll probably just leave that one short. These I may just leave where they are, give me a little room for some scenery and stuff behind them. And then the other part about smelling like a rose is that when you line up this third track, between here and here is 3 inches. So the exact width I need for my road going down through there. I was looking at this earlier and thought I can get some of those Rick's Products guardrails and just line this whole edge with the guardrails, right in here. So, it may be a little bit closer than 3 inches, but, it's close enough for me. It'll look fine. and I'll be able to just run my road down through there. So that's what I'm working on tonight, is just trying to get this track in. I just ran into my bridge again, but I didn't break it that time. Oh, just an update. One other thing. In the last video, I said that I had a bunch of Athearn Blue Box locomotives for sale. Actually had 5 of those. 3 of them were DCC, 2 were DC. All of those have sold. There's one guy that I want you to check out his channel. It's called Hanson Trains. And he and his son Zach, are beginning their HO layout. And he's one of the gentlemen that bought 2 of my locos that I had for sale. The 2 Burlington Northerns. One was a white face, the other one was tiger stripe, orange and black. And I installed DCC in one of those for him, which he requested, and I sent him up there. And he and his son have posted their first video. It is, it's again, the name of the channel is Hanson Trains on YouTube, and they're just getting started. They've got one piece of rolling stock and 2 locomotives. And today I just put, I guess it was yesterday, I put a Burlington Northern caboose in the mail to him. So just kind of as a getting started prize or a gift for me. So check out his channel. He's got a kind of his family's history of model railroading and introduction to his channel. So check him out, subscribe. It's going to be built from scratch. They have nothing right now, so I'm excited about watching that take shape. But that's all I wanted to touch on tonight. I may come back later on after I get the track out and you know, put that in. And there's really not too much else to talk about. I haven't done much else, so this is today's project. Again, thanks for all the new subscriptions. I've picked up, I don't know, maybe a dozen or so in the last week, and I appreciate everybody's supports and comments and ideas. It really helps me a lot, and I enjoy watching all of your guys' videos as well. I try to catch everyone. I don't always leave a comment, but I do try and watch. So some of that watching is in late at night, on the road, you know, wherever. And sometimes just in an effort to get them all watched, I just don't leave comments. I'm going to try and do a better job of that. But I guess that's it for now. So, and on my next video, I've got one other layout change to mention, and I'll just leave that as a teaser. So you got to tune in for the next one. And all right, signing off. I'm back sooner than what I said. Here, I've just taken the washcloth off of that glue. And you can see I can take my putty knife and I can just run it down right under the edge here, and it comes loose really easily. And the nice thing too about not soldering rail joiners is that I don't have to now desolder anything. So you can see that glue is wet there now, so I can take my washcloth and just go ahead and wipe that glue. If I could keep it in the shot, it'd be a lot more interesting, I'm sure. I can just wipe that glue right off of the roadbed. You know, there's still a little bit there, but it's kind of down inside. There's no lumps or anything. So I poured a lot of water on there, as you saw. There's just a little bit in here which I can dab up, but there's that track is out. So I'm going to cut another piece and put it in there, but just wanted to see how well that technique works for removing track. Talk to you later.